Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud. It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass. Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Wednesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how we feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling great, Mike. I'm in my favorite place. How about you, bud?
I'm doing great, man. The Reds are just a complete train wreck.
They got two dubs over the world champs, though, man.
Yeah, 2 dubs over the world champs, and that's it. They're just
and one over the Cardinals.
It's a horrible season. And normally, at this time of year, I'm looking forward to the draft. I don't even have anything to look forward to there. Where are you going to go? Where am I going to go? Yeah, that's a good point. Where am I going to go?
You're just going to keep on bitching.
Just going to suck it up and take it. Thanks, Scott.
Hey, but you know what you're not going to do? You're not going to wear a brown paper bag over your head. We'll kick you out for that shit.
I love that they got mad at fans.
I love that.
How dare you wear a brown paper bag?
You will be removed from this site.
One of the 500 people that showed up. How dare you? How dare you?
You had the audacity to just show up and put a brown paper bag over your head. Get out.
We don't want your money here.
Oh, my God,
Mookie is here as well. Mookie, how you feeling, man?
I'm here, bro. I'm alive. Really, really excited to talk about the start of the NBA playoffs. About a week away from the draft. I've been hearing a lot of great stuff coming up on that. Heading to another good weekend of soccer. So there's a lot of sports coming up. So I'm looking, I'm looking forward to it because we kind of had a week off with Easter there, so the weekend wasn't as heavy. So they really backloaded that weekend after Easter. So it'll be good. It'll be good to see some live sports. How are you feeling though, man? You excited for this FC Cincinnati match on Saturday? I think we have a chance to take a full 3 points at home.
Super pumped. Thank you, Mookie. Thank you so much.
Did I miss something?
I missed you last week, Mookie. I missed you.
We got an awesome show for you tonight. We do have a guest hanging out with us tonight. Sitting in the speakeasy, Tim David. He is the GM of the new Cincinnati Fear. It's an eSports team coming to Cincinnati. Tim, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here. I don't have a planned dialogue.
And you're in the right place, Tim. You're in the right place.
But no,
I'm at the seat of our pants.
But I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, man. We're super pumped to talk to you about Cincinnati Fear and eSports coming to Cincinnati. It's nice to have a professional franchise that we can be excited about outside of the Bengals. What a weird sentence that I never thought I'd say ever in the history of the world.
Hey, this might be a bit of like a faux pas or whatever to do production live on air, but I could have sworn that Tank was coming out this week.
Did you just miss an entire week of your life, Mookie? Have you been blacked out for an entire week?
Goddamn feels like it, man. I tell you what. Holy shit.
All right, awesome. Good deal, Mookie. Let's fire up the overly sexual music and let's find out what we're drinking tonight. Scott, what is in your mug this evening? And rated on the rating scale we always do, would you bang your beer?
I am drinking Party on Darth. It is a black IPA, 7%. And this was the second week in a row that your boy mostly bought this beer for the can art. You kind of fade out there, but that is a picture of Garth, he of Wayne and Garth of Wayne's World, wearing a Darth Vader helmet. That was as far as I went. I had no idea what was in this can, and it turns out it's a black IPA. That's a thing again. I would bang this beer nice and slow. Like, I would treat it with respect.
Good deal. Good deal. Mookie, what's in your mug and would you bag it?
I'm glad that you clarified it was Garth because I could have sworn the way it showed up with the green screen, it looked like Chewbacca. So
Yeah, it did. I
got
to make sure that.
Yeah, apparently those silhouettes are the same. This week I am drinking Killer Boots by Verboten Brewing and Barrel Project. It is a porter style ale with caramel added. I had a lot of excitement for this one because this is actually the one that is Dumb and Dumber inspired. It's got the little dog car thing, wherever the fuck it is on the can, but it's not good, man. It is just not good. But I'm also going to go ahead and admit that this might be me, not the beer, because after being off for like 10 days and not having a sip, I cracked that first Mick Ultra and about came my pants because it tasted so delicious, full of hops and malt. So it could be that I'm just that rusty with, being able to flavor beer. So I'm still going to bang it. Like, let's be real. Like, at the end of the day.
Wait. This craft beer tastes terrible, but that Mick Ultra.
Oh my God, dude.
Full of flavor.
Oh my God. The
Mick
barley
Ultra and
notes,
hops.
the crisp finish.
All right, so it's clear that Drew lost his taste during COVID and hasn't recovered at this point. Good Lord, man. Tim, you drinking tonight? And if so, what are you drinking?
Yeah. We got the cider guys, the big cider boy.
Nice.
So, and it has always been loyal to me, so I would definitely take it out for the night. So.
That's a way to rep the company well, man, and that's not offended. I appreciate your professionalism on that one. Checking in the comments, Gabe said he's drinking Tropical Beer Hug Goose Island beer, 9.9 ABV Imperial IPA. It's a for sure bang. Robert Taylor says Anchorage Brewing, sent by liars.
Here we go.
15% ABV, good Lord. An Imperial Stout finished on hazelnuts, Madagascar vanilla beans, raw coconut, and sugar. He says, I would treat this beer like I would Patrick Mahomes getting drafted at number 10 in 2017. Awesome. I knew there would be a Patrick Mahomes comment here on draft week. And then Biscuit says he's drinking a Coke Zero, 0% ABV with natural and artificial flavors. Caramel color and phosphoric acid.
I love that breakdown.
Hang on a second. Hang on, because my man Biscuit, you earned this one. Yes. First rap air horn of the day goes to Biscuit. Congratulations on that one, Biscuit.
I also can't believe, Mike, you hit us with the caramel and you got Madagascar right. What's going on, dude?
You missed. Did you forget when I've corrected my wrongs and I've admitted that caramel is the correct pronunciation? I'm on board now.
Did it happen today?
No.
Then I probably don't remember.
I'm drinking Moped, which is a blood orange wit beer from New Image Brewing. It says embarrassingly fun to drink. And that's the whole reason why I bought this one. And I am very disappointed in myself. Just like a Moped, it seems like a great idea. And then you get out on it, you're like, this wasn't that great of a plan. I'd say, how do you do? And then leave it alone.
How do you do?
That's what we're drinking tonight. Let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking.
You just friend zoned his beer.
You did, though.
Which is
it sounds like 2 out of the 4 beers got friend zoned tonight.
yeah, this is a rough.
Oh no.
It's very rare that happens.
Oh no, yeah. Mookie said he would still do it.
Yeah, I would still stick it in.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
know.
I'm not friends. Who am I to friend zone anybody that's entertaining me? Like, let's be clear on that first and foremost. But Mike, which one did you have? Because I actually had the Moped before, and I had a very similar experience, but they got the different flavors of it.
Oh, this is blood orange wit beer. And that's probably part of the problem is it's a wit beer.
Yeah, well, because they've got the pomegranate, the grapefruit, the raspberry. I had the, I think it was the pomegranate. It sucked too. So at least they're consistent, I guess. Yeah.
Tim, you're a cider guy. What's your go-to cider?
Most of the time, bars only have Reds or what's the Angry Orchard.
Oh yeah.
So those are like the 2 I probably drink the most when I go out. But Rheingeist, Bubbles, and Zappy are my probably 2 favorite ones.
Those are your keepers in the fridge.
Yeah.
You ever do the Angry Balls at the bar where you drink the Angry Orchard down the neck and then you put in Fireball and mix it and drink drink it that way?
No,
I've never.
That sounds great.
Angry Balls is a fantastic drink.
Okay,
highly recommend. Cinnamon and apple. You can't go wrong, man.
I have to try that now.
I feel like it's best served in like a crisp fall evening, but you can drink it anytime.
Anytime of day. You can have that at 9 a.m. before church. Like it's always time for Angry Balls. Tim, so you are the GM of the Cincinnati Fear. So let's start right here. Game Day Communications here in Cincinnati is starting this esports team. It's going to be the 4th professional sporting franchise in Cincinnati. So what brought this on? Why are we starting up an esports team?
Yeah, so during COVID, Game Day, I worked some small projects with Game Day. At the time, I was working with Mount St. Joseph University. It's a small college on the west side, and I was their esports director there. So I would recruit students to come play for us on scholarship, and they would play League of Legends, Rocket League, Fortnite were the 3 we did. And during COVID, Game Day is an events company, and during COVID there were 0 events, so they needed something to do, and so we did online competitive tournaments for games, Rocket League, FIFA, 2K, Super Smash Brothers, to name a few. And then further down the line, more colleges started to pick it up. So MSJ was the first in kind of the area. Miami was the true first one, but they're all the way out there. So, so I'll say we were the first Cincinnati school to do it, but now NKU has a team, UC has a team, Miami has a team, MSJ has a team, and then you go across the Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, everybody has an esports team now. That's the new hot thing.
Get your shit together, Xavier. Where's our esports program? Come on, Xavier.
We can talk.
No. Come on, no. We know what's up. They're putting their money where the success really lies, and that's men's baseball. So just let it go, Scott.
As opposed to women's baseball, Tim, keep going.
Title IX, bro. Come on.
Don't get there, Xavier. But yeah, we just saw that. I reached out to Jackie Rowe, who's the CEO of Game Day, after working on a couple projects with them. And I was like, hey, I have this idea. There's a couple different city franchises in the United States. There's only probably like a dozen. There's multiple city teams in Overwatch, but that's just one game. There's not many organizations doing it in multiple games. So that's what we're going to try and accomplish here. But we started in July, and it's now April, and we announced April 7th. And I think now is a great opportunity because now we can do online events, but also in-person events. And a lot of the schools, high schools even now too, have esports teams. Yeah.
All right, hang on.
I'm so mad. I came up at the wrong time.
I was just about to say the fact that I was born in '84 has never made me more angrier than hearing full college scholarships for esports and high school esports teams. I'm so mad right now.
This would have been such my jam if this was an option. And when we were growing up, I would have pushed all my chips to the middle and been like, "Mom, I'm going to school to become a pro gamer." Like this would have been happening, dude.
All right, guys.
God, I'm
again,
so mad.
I care about you two as friends, and so I want you to stop beating yourselves up because I'm worried you're going to be a little too hard on yourselves about this because I want you to remember the kind of people that we are in general. I mean, Mike, how did your high school golf career go? How much work did you put into that? What was your best tool to win?
I was really good at cheating. So
you were good at cheating. Yeah. So like that same work ethic and honor system that we possessed back then, we still would have applied to e-gaming and been the same mediocre degenerates we are today.
Dude, you don't know how much time
I'm just telling you.
GoldenEye. It was honest day's work, man. In fact, I put more work into that than I did in my school work. There's no way you can tell me that it wasn't like invested time.
Maybe, but Tim, what is the training regimen for an esports gamer actually look like? Let's get that out there because this ain't no light load. This isn't you just flip it on for a couple hours after school.
Yeah. So in high school I played hockey, and by junior year I realized I wasn't going to make it. in the college hockey.
Like make it to the NHL, or just make it further than junior year?
Being further good than the end of high school. Senior year was going to be the height of my career, and I
just
realized
pictured
that.
you like junior year, like I'm not going to miss the show. I thought I had a chance.
No, so
Said I could be a contender.
The games up until then, I played, World of War. I was a PC gamer by this point, so World of Warcraft was my thing, and then the game called League of Legends came around in 2012, 2011 for me, and that was the game I put a lot of time into, and still continue to put probably too much time into since.
You're a pro now. You're a pro, right?
Oh,
cool.
I'm going to recruit pros to live out my dream.
It's part of your profession. You're in the industry.
Yeah,
if you will,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
But in college, I took a year off. So this is 2015, 2016, and played 12 to 16 hours a day with 8 hours of sleep. And I did go an hour to the gym, but 12 to 16 hours a day is what I did. And I peaked at probably top 1% in North America, which is not good enough.
So you had your junior year of high school moment. Is what
all
you're
over
saying.
again.
End of the road.
Yeah. So I went back to college. I went into sports management because I was like, you know what? Esports and sports, they're pretty close. Not 1-to-1, but, pretty close. And decided to try and get a career in esports instead. And it was probably a lot less stressful to do it this way.
So Mike
I mean,
Scott,
is that the average? Like, I mean, are kids doing 15, 16-hour days now?
They shouldn't be, but they probably are. That is not healthy. Would not recommend. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, like for a second there, everybody
recommend it, but if you want to go pro,
everybody kind of was like, "Oh my god, I think at that number," and then I started thinking about, I'm like, how many times did it? The only thing that stopped me from going 15 to 16 hours was my mom being like, "Turn that damn game off and go outside." Like, I mean, so then I'd get that hour at the gym, quote unquote, hour outside, and then come back in, and then run it back. So I mean, like, I'm telling you, man, I was a pro gamer back then, just didn't even know it.
Yeah, but a lot of it. So there's gaming. You're playing the game, but then you also have to watch the games you played. So there's video review. So you do video review to watch how you play.
You gotta watch the film, duh.
Watch the film. Yeah.
That's where I'm just like, you boys.
Like, what's the nutrition that a gamer has to go through?
Awful. No. So I was living at home. So my dad's a cook, so I got lucky with that. He made me food. I was in college and I lived at home.
Damn.
But yeah, if I did it now, it'd probably be just.
He was a college kid with a pampered chef. Like,
yeah,
he was breaking NCAA rules with his own personal chef.
Yeah.
I just want to know, is there anything that you guys ever put 12 to 13 hours a day into for an extended period of time? Because I sure as hell haven't.
Now or back then?
Boys, ever.
Well, in college, drinking, there was I put that kind of mileage into drinking. So
I mean, seriously, again, between video games and TV watching, I mean, I'm right. I was right there back in those days. Like that was my go-to. That was my jam.
So Tim, you mentioned that that there's only like a handful of teams that are actually city-based in the professional esports world. Why did you guys decide to make it a Cincinnati team and not just like a game day team or something that's not necessarily tied to the city of Cincinnati?
Yeah, personally, for me, I really want to promote regional talent. I still want our teams to be competitive. But being able to promote our, talent in Cincinnati, even Indiana and Kentucky, because, tri-state, I still consider that an option. So one of the goals would be, have an extremely competitive team who may or may not be from Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. But then we have, amateur teams who we can give them that competitive experience, giving them practice time, giving them tournament entries, on our behalf, so they don't have to pay for it. And LAN events as well, giving them travel benefits. And it's also just something I think a lot of the more traditional esports teams right now are kind of missing, is that local fan base. That because a lot of the fans of, I'll call them tier 1 organizations, the MLB, the NFL of the teams that are playing in the esports tournaments, they're a lot of the fans tend to be fans of the players and not just necessarily the organization. So if your best player leaves to go to another team, well, you just lost thousands of fans because now he went to team 2 instead of your team. So hopefully we're trying to build a fan base around the Cincinnati Fear. We still want our fans to be fans of the players playing, but hopefully they have a connection to the Fear.
Okay, let me pose a hypothetical to you, Tim. Let's say you've got some regional talent that's doing well. You've brought him up from your, let's call it the minor league system, the amateurs. You brought him up. You've got fans who are invested in these guys. They love them. And then you decide that you need to make your roster match your payroll, so you start selling off pieces. Would you ever tell your fan base where you're gonna go? I'm just curious. I don't know if I should get invested now or if I should just fail.
Get it at the ground floor, man. Get it at the ground floor.
We love every fan. We appreciate everyone's dedication and connection to the city. I will never ask you to go anywhere else.
What a great answer. If only every front office member of a Cincinnati sports team could know that basic answer. Thank you, Tim. Thank you
No
for
problem.
restoring my faith in Cincinnati sports. I appreciate it.
So Tim, how do you go about finding like the talent? I mean, like how is it that you come to hear about it? Like, I mean, is it like, are you tipped off? Do people come to you and say, "Oh, hey, I think like what's the recruiting process kind of like?"
So there's a bunch of different avenues. So I'll just kind of go through what we've been doing now. So I have actually gotten hundreds of emails. We go hundreds, asking like, "Hey, can I be a part of Cincinnati Fear?" And those emails range from extremely professional to like one sentence.
That is a range.
My favorite bad email I got was this guy emailed me is just saying, "Yo, I saw the link and thought I should connect." That was it. That's all he sent me. I did not respond to that email. But another guy sent me an entire resume application of a team he currently has. And that is a team we're now considering because it was extremely well put together. He showed me all his tournament results, all his social media followings on his team. So that's, completely different way to approach the email. And, I appreciated that. So I'm going to consider it instead of just yo, what's up?
Can we get Christian or Caesar, one of y'all, timestamp this for Scott, so when he comes back later to put his resume together, he make sure to hit all the points that Tim just outlined. All right?
Yeah, mine's gonna be, "Hey Tim, you up?"
Tim, are there certain games you're looking for on that resume? Like if Scott busts out with the I've clocked 3,028 hours in GoldenEye and 50,000 hours in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1988. Like, are those a little weighted differently than?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who wants it in Madden 2005?
You have to get up to 2022, but there are professional Madden players.
Serious question here. Why isn't there a senior tour?
Ooh, there should be a senior tour, right? You just blew my mind.
Tim, listen, if you need senior players, start the first ever senior eSports league.
And imagine, hold on. Let's take this one step further. Since we're going to be the senior tour, which one of us gets the drink named after us? Which one gets to create the drink that then goes on to
It would be the Kaiser. I'm not even going to try to pretend.
Kaiser, yes.
And hey, here's the thing. If it helps our case for the senior tour, we can just pretend like we don't know what emulators are.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So we can make sure to kind of play along a little bit. Like, hey, don't worry, we got you, Tim. We know what's up here.
These guys are true boomer hands players.
True boomer hands. That's right. Like we can press most of the buttons, but after a while, things start to seize up, and we need a little break, or what are those? What are Midol or some shit?
Well, okay, weird one there, Mookie.
Dude, you ever taken Midol? works. Like,
all right. So you mentioned you get these weird emails from these people. How do negotiations go then? Like, are you dealing with directly with the players? Do they have agents? Like, how is this working from the GM side of things?
Yeah.
To sign a player to Cincinnati Fear.
So the very, very top end players, they do have agents. There are eSport agencies.
Oh my God.
We're probably not going to go directly to that level quite yet. But yeah, it is discussing a lot of one-on-ones with players. And these there are some players even 16, 17, 18 who you'd want to recruit. So you're going to have to deal with their parents as well.
oh God.
Yeah,
So
but don't worry. I worked at a university, so I already had to do that part. So I'm kind of like used to that.
Do you get to talk to the moms?
Yeah, probably.
Dude,
Nice.
you asked that question way too creepy.
That was way too creepy.
Like,
With the
come on,
hand gesture
man.
and everything is
Too creepy
That was,
Yes.
or on
was-
brand? I
Do
mean,
you
I'm
get
just-
to talk to the mom?
yeah, as you said it, I was racing to get to the moving on drop because I didn't know where you were going with that
Ugh.
creepy sentence that you just uttered.
yeah.
So Tim, you're kind of like a combination GM and like college football coach. You got to sit
Gotta
down
go
in the
sit
living
down
room.
on the couch.
Little bit.
Convince the mom.
God.
Yeah.
It'd be a good place for her son
A
to
safe
go.
spot for your son or daughter. Do not worry.
Well, when you say safe spot, the kid's not actually physically going anywhere, right?
No,
Like, he
they'll-
still
they'll
just sits at home and plays
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Your
You know,
home is a safe spot for them to be
Yeah.
while they practice to be on this team.
Our chat
Don't
rooms
worry.
are top notch. Don't
They're
worry. very
modded,
positive.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Like, well, we were speaking with another GM, and he offered to outfit our house with fiber wire. Can you compete with that offer?
No, man, but I will tell you, our lumbar support systems are top in the league,
Our gamer chairs are pristine.
which is key, you know.
Like,
It
I
gotta be said.
love the idea of like that being like how big this eventually gets. Like,
Mhm.
like that people like the coaches and GMs are in the living rooms of these kids, like actively trying to recruit them just like a football coach would. Like, I love that idea.
Biscuit says senior tour can only be played on an Atari and games have to be done by 4:30 because I have to go to dinner and get to bed.
First of all, we're going way too far with the Atari. Like come on.
I was
at
gonna
least
say,
let it
yeah.
be Nintendo. Like, I
We
mean,
said-
there can be an Atari class. Like,
No,
but-
that's AARP shit. That's not senior tour. Like, there's a line and Biscuit crossed it. Sorry, dude, but okay. Serious question here: have any of you actually played an Atari? Like, not
I
one of
have.
the like the real deal Atari?
No,
Yes.
I haven't.
I haven't either.
like once or
My-
twice. I mean,
My
it was
grandma
not great.
used to whoop my ass in River Raid when I was a kid. She was a baller at River Raid, man. Grandma Jean could smoke us. We would go over her house and she would just be like, pick up them sticks and then just waste
Pick up
it in River Raid.
I was gonna say, what kind of smack she talk, man? Give us a sample of that.
She wouldn't talk shit. How much shit talking goes on in these events, Tim? Is there a lot of smack talk going on in an esports?
There's a lot of talk online, and then as soon as people get face to face, they shut up real quick.
Even in the ones where they're playing on like the banks facing each other, I feel like I've seen some clips where like
there's
it
been
looks,
there's some good pop offs, but
it's like a
most of the
baseball
time-
fight though.
yeah, it's just kind of like, it doesn't get. There's no punches. It might get a little face to face yelling at each other, but there's no. In my experience, they've been very tame.
What's the BO situation like in those events?
We've
For
gotten
God's
better,
sake,
but
man.
yes. I mean, no, that is like a stereotype.
No, I'm not
The
even
old-
serious.
Still hard-hitting questions. Why
Yeah.
does it smell like bugles in here?
I didn't go that far. I just know when I sit my ass in a chair for a while, things get musty and warm.
Wow.
Red Spice has a great marketing opportunity. I'll just say that. Any-
Well, speaking of, like, obviously there's money in this, and as it continues to grow, there's more. Like, are there advertisers that are getting into esports? Like, who are the heaviest hitters when it comes to like advertising? Like, where they're like pushing really hard to be the first or the most prominent?
I would say Geico and State Farm are actually always dueling it out on who sponsors what. Papa John's is in on it.
Of
BMW, Toyota,
The car companies.
Gillette, P&G's in it too. a lot of the kind of internet services or internet service provider like Spectrum. We're going to try and we're going to try and work with Alta Fiber here shortly on different kind of tournament sponsorships, or Cincinnati Bell, now Alta Fiber.
Hell yeah!
I was gonna
Anything but
ask,
Spectrum. We're down with Spectrum here on this show.
Oh yeah, are we?
Yeah, you said Spectrum, and I was like, oh shit.
This is
About
Cincinnati
them.
Bell. This is the official podcast of
That's right.
Spectrum here in Cincinnati.
So wait, actually, real question on this. I'll try not to nerd out too much.
I love that. Wait, hang on, Mookie. I love that you have to preface everything you say with real question here, because otherwise we know it's just you being a turd and you're about to just fling poop at our guests. So instead you're like, wait, real question, don't interrupt me. And here's
no. Because see, I see your angle, but it's more like if people didn't know the nerd I am beneath, when I ask them what kind of bandwidth they need to get for their training centers, people will be like, who the fuck? Why is he asking this shit? But like, I'm legitimately curious about what kind of hookup do you need if you're going to run like a full, I don't know, is it like because they'll do the 4x4 team things, right? So you've got 4-on-4.
Yeah.
If you're doing an 8-person situation, what are you pulling down bandwidth wise? Like,
so that's the question. So I have a buddy who does big tournament organization. In college at UC we did a whole Fifth Third bank. We just loaded that entire place with PCs. He set that up beautifully, and I have no idea because there were so many wires, so many Ethernet ports, cables that we had to bring in, generators.
Oh, dude, your cooling situation had to be brutal.
It was hot in there.
Yeah.
BO
again. Assholes. Like, I know a thing or two.
That's why I'm surprised Frito-Lay isn't like a heavier advertising. Like, I mean, between all of their snacks and Mountain Dew and
think
whatnot,
they did a couple of
heavy
Call of Duty tournaments. Doritos and Mountain Dew always kind of partner together.
Well, yeah, because Mountain Dew had that one drink that was like the gamer fuel or whatever, right?
Yeah, they have game fuel. They did like Halo stuff with that and World of Warcraft.
It seems like Pepsi and Frito-Lay are both kind of like in there.
Coke sponsored the Overwatch League. It's run by Blizzard, but then Blizzard Entertainment had a big lawsuit. And,
big old whoopsie.
Yeah, so they opted out of that one for a while. So we'll see where they go next.
Would you say that Blizzard had a Washington football team moment?
I don't know what that is, but I guess. Oh, yes.
Again, I didn't say real question there.
I was just gonna say, I was like, but were you kidding? Because you didn't preface it. So
here's a real question. Biscuit wants to know, how do you prevent people from using cheat codes and getting an unfair advantage? How prevalent is that in esports? Like, do you have a lot of people that are trying to game?
Yes, it can be an issue, especially on console. Believe it or not, it can be because you can mod your controller, and if you're playing online, you can't really tell. You can kind of tell if you get, instant headshots or wall peeking is a big one. But on PC, if it's an in-person tournament, it's very easy because if you're hosting a large tournament, you can work with a computer like Microsoft or HP or Asus, and then you can provide the PCs, and like you already have stuff, what's on those PCs already. But it can be an issue in online tournaments. Typically, if you've done enough, you can kind of tell. You can call bullshit on it pretty quick. And as like a TO tournament organizer, you do kind of have to put your foot down if you truly suspect something's happening and just kick them out of the tournament. So,
have you had to do it?
I haven't had to do it yet.
Okay.
The tournaments we primarily do are Rocket League. Cincinnati Fear is going to have their first community Rocket League tournament in May. It's on our social media. That's on Twitter if you want to go sign up on that. But Rocket League doesn't have many ways to cheat, so it's really nice. I would say
I wish I tried. I fucking terrible.
Cheating started really heavily about 2003 when Halo in the dorms was all the rage. I noticed all the headshots that I was taking seemed to be abnormal, and that's about the time when I think people started cheating.
I was going to say it's more prevalent in shooters for sure. The games now have anti-cheat software, so they can kind of typically they read what your system has on it, and they can see if you have a cheat downloaded, and it'll just boot you right away. But some games have it better than others. Call of Duty is notorious for cheating. Valorant, another game, is known for having little to no cheating. So just kind of depends on the game.
See, I don't think that cheating's that big of a deal. See, when we were coming up, back in my day, in those golden eye days, you had you had the quadrant like we have on the screen, and look. If you weren't good enough to kill me and we could all see each other's screens, then that just meant you sucked. Like, I mean, that's the thing. It's like we didn't need to cover up the screens or be on different monitors. It's like, hey, you can see mine, I can see yours, and I'm still gonna fuck you up. And then did that shit. Like, it wasn't cheating, it was just how the game was played, damn it.
I remember Tecmo Bowl when you could see it would light up which play you were picking, so you had to like pretend like you were picking something else
moving around
because like whoever you're playing against was like, oh, you're running with Bo Jackson. Got it. Okay, cool.
You want to talk about cheat codes?
Been the play every play anyway.
Tecmo Bowl is where cheat codes originated. Like, let's be real. Between Bo Jackson and their random fucking coin flipper, whenever you try to complete a pass, it's like wide open, going around.
I'm gonna show up to the senior circuit with my old Game Genie in a briefcase, just gonna flip it up, which is even more old man to have a briefcase. So in my briefcase will be just the Game Genie. I'm like, all right, boys, let's do this. I'm here to mod some shit.
And Tim, you know what a Game Genie is, right?
No, I'm just laughing to join.
Oh no!
Let me Google it. Game Genie.
Oh my god, he's serious. Okay, because I was gonna say because the interns didn't know what it was, and that's when we were like, "Wow, we are old."
No. But
I've never seen this before.
And look, Google the original Nintendo Game Genie. That thing was gold. It was fancy.
Well, see, because it makes sense though. Because when Tim, you said you came up on like that GameCube era, right? By
this
that
is
point,
how you
we had cheat codes. You were
punching
in. Yeah, you didn't have to go that hard to cheat.
Speaking of interns, Caesar said in the private chat there was recently a kid that got dropped by his university for talking too much shit in a Call of Duty tournament. Other schools are already asking for his services like a transfer portal.
There you go.
That's amazing.
I really was.
What's the best gamer tag you've seen? What's your favorite gamer tag? Because that's the other thing I love about esports is everybody's got their gamer tag.
Gamers are creative with their tags, man.
So my game is League of Legends, right? And the most cracked best player in the world is from Korea, South Korea, and his name is just Faker. And I think that's such a good name to have to be the best player. I love that name. I'm so glad it's not something stupid.
So give us an example of something stupid then.
Big Dong 426.
I killed that one quick.
I played a game the
other day.
Because
that's how it used to be when it's like in Call of Duty and whatnot. It's like you've been killed by Big Dong 42069. Like that's why people would do it. So it's like come up with the most ridiculous name you could.
But there's some pretty uncreative people. The other day I played a game and like his name was like B-Ball Stardom. And I'm like, dude, you can be better than that. You're better than that.
Let's rate this gamer tag because Whitey chimed in the comments and said his gamer tag is Flirty Soy Boy. How do you rate that gamer tag?
It's like a 2 out of 10.
GM just blasted your skills, son.
All right,
so he didn't even hesitate. Tim was like, "Yeah, it's a 2."
Whitey, if you want to try out, man, maybe start from scratch and get it.
New identity. Let's just start over.
He won't be sitting in your living room to convince your mom.
Won't be convincing anybody.
Do you look at that? Does that weigh in your decision when you get emails and resumes?
Not really.
Like, listen, we're gonna have to change this name if you want to join.
I would ask them to change it. Actually, if it was like really bad, I'd be like, look.
Well, that's because that's the other thing in shooters. There's also a lot of really racist.
Yeah, there's a lot of just
racist. And, I was just gonna say, anti any group you can think of type gamer tags that are just like, yeah, man, not gonna be able to use that in a professional setting.
Okay, let's we won't go racist, but what's the worst thing you've heard a 12-year-old say to you in the middle of a gaming session, Tim? Because that's why I don't like.
Tim's like absolutely nothing because I dominate those fuckers.
It's just a me problem. Okay, got it.
My favorite insult I've ever seen is it was like, you're a clone trooper because you can't even hit the broadside of this barn. And I was just like, damn, that was creative.
Wait, how old was this person that said that?
I have no idea. I don't know who it was.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, I was like, because that hits harder from like a 9-year-old than it does from like some 25-year-old saying it. I think a 9-year-old was just like, man, you're a clone trooper because you can't hit shit. It's like, oh,
I love the creative ones. If they're creative, I can like appreciate it, you know, like, damn, okay, he got me. But if it's just like F you, screw you, damn you, or whatever, it's just like, you can be more creative than that, dude. Like,
I like the good old fashioned, just take it back to your mom for everything.
Biscuit said his gamer tag would be the initials I used to put on the leaderboard. Old school classic.
He was that guy in the pinball machine.
Yeah.
Number one high score was ass.
ass.
All right, Tim, let's get back to Cincinnati Fear here. So I was doing some research and I found that there's like these incredible esports arenas that are popping up around these teams. Like cities have spent like $500 million on an esports arena. I read that I think it was North Carolina State just got like $16 million from the state government for an esports arena and a mobile arena. What's your plans? Are we gonna knock down Heritage Bank Center and get a badass esports arena down there at on the river?
Make Hamilton County pay for it too.
Whoa.
Yeah, would you guys hate me if we got some legislation going?
No, I'd be perfectly fine with it. I don't live in Hamilton County. Make those fuckers pay.
Can the Cyclones still play there?
Oh, I'm a hockey fan, so absolutely.
Cool.
We have to figure out a way to get them in.
You'll share the facility. Like, facility.
We'll be up on the suites. We'll be along the suites.
While the hockey games are going on.
Exactly.
You can have dual tournaments.
But no, we definitely want a space in Cincinnati. I can't give too much away, but we are talking to different kind of property management companies to see what we can do. I will say a lot of the colleges around the area have great ones. Miami has a terrific looking one that's on their website. It looks beautiful. UC is going to officially announce their esports space in the 1819 Innovation Building. It's already there. You can go and see it. But they're going to have a big celebration in the fall when the new students come in. So that's going to be really fun.
Oh, was that why there were all those Xboxes in that hallway?
Probably, yeah.
I probably shouldn't have taken that then, huh?
Oh, man. And then NKU, my alma mater, of course, after I graduated, added that into. So they also have a great space now as well. And a lot of the colleges also do, like, you have the esports space, then they have a broadcasting space as well. So for shoutcasting, podcasts, and just kind of different media stuff.
Listen, Tim, let's talk.
Yeah.
How can we become the official podcast? Because look, we're always looking to sell out. So
absolutely, yeah.
Hey, what do we got to do? Where's the dotted line for us to sign on?
Joe, where's the drop,
you don't even
dude?
have to talk to our moms to convince us.
Like, damn. That's a sell.
He might have to talk to the wives, though.
Yes, now I get it. The wives might be a different story.
Drew, since you asked for the drop, here you go.
Sell out.
There it
is. The oh shit clip is actually my favorite one that you play. So hopefully that gets played.
I was waiting for it.
The old baseball one, yeah. We'll talk some baseball.
We'll get baseball in there.
Can we go back to what did you said, a shoutcast or something? What the hell is that?
So shoutcasting is just color caster, analytical caster. That's just what we call it. Is shoutcasting.
Oh, when there's like an actual competition going on, there.
You just have two casters, just kind of telling you what's going on. I would say the biggest problem with esports is sometimes it's not like super new spectator friendly. They're always kind of assume you kind of know something. There are a couple esports that are very, very spectator friendly. I would say Rocket League is extremely spectator friendly just because it's a very simple concept. Get the ball in the goal with remote controlled cars.
Then why is it so goddamn hard?
I'm trash. I'm gold at that game. My rank is gold. It is very hard.
Look, I don't got a problem with them
not good
being
at it.
kind of like prohibitive to new viewers. I say GG noobs. That's what I
Yeah.
say.
Get good.
But I mean, at some point,
Wow.
you've got to welcome in the new fans, right? Like you've got to get the sport to grow. So
Where are they going to go?
God damn it.
That's gonna live on, Mike. That's gonna be for all time.
Hang on, clear out. Scott earned it. I didn't want to do it, but you earned it.
Well done.
That was good. So besides the shoutcasters actually being a little bit more welcoming to the new fans, how else do you see esports growing and bringing in the new crop of fans? Like I know my kids will watch people play games on YouTube all day long if I let them. So it's almost like inherently the younger generations coming up are going to be more drawn to this. But how do you get the old farts like us to be like, you know what? I'm sick of the Reds selling off the team. I am going to start watching some esports. Like, what's the hook?
I definitely think it's just getting people to not only watch but compete in themselves. So something I actually really want to do is do like a brewery tour where we bring games and they just get to play. You get to play at the brewery. So we bring esport titles to you. Pretty much is what I would love to work with the breweries.
That's awesome.
So yeah, you worked it back because I was gonna say, no, that was a good try, but not the right answer. But working it back with alcohol is. Honestly, the answer to me is obvious, Tim. You know it.
No.
Co-eds.
Oh my god.
Moving on.
Go next.
We can't take you anywhere, Mookie. We can't take you anywhere.
Man.
All right, Tim. Let's Scott, do you want to get into the quick hitters with Tim?
But real quick, just to put kind of a bow on this. So like 10 years from now, what are people like, we know how esports are looked at as now. It's, it's fledgling and people still kind of poo-poo video games as like an actual thing or whatever. But in 10 years, what are people saying about esports leagues and specifically, the team here in Cincinnati?
I want it to be an organization where people are proud of, and you can work here, not only compete, but also in marketing, publishing, casting, social media. I would love to grow the brand big enough to where we can really like be a presence, not only in the community but also in the workforce. And internships are going to be a big thing. I want the college crowd to feel welcome to work here, women and men as well. Definitely. I would say kind of there's a stigma for, it's difficult for women to get into esports or gaming in general, and definitely want to be able to kind of cultivate that and help them come into this space. There's plenty of good organizations we can work with. And then in 10 years, hopefully Cincinnati Fear is kind of like a, just a home name. Everyone kind of recognizes it.
You've hit on something here because in the comments, Tank is saying, "Hell yeah, brewery tour of games." So I think you might.
I think it's a good idea. Yeah.
No, that's a really great idea.
It's a great idea. That's fantastic.
Especially if this senior circuit can be traveling. That's where you're gonna get this. You go to these breweries and you get 40-year-olds like us who are the perfect demo, and you bring in a Nintendo 64 and you have us boozing it up, playing Mario Kart and GoldenEye, and next thing you know, we're all trying to get into esports.
Gentlemen,
we're still in our prime, man.
We're towing up on a great idea here, because I think what we're all talking about is you take what like an arcade bar is now
and make it mobile. Yeah.
No, I was just making an actual esports bar.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
sure. But making it mobile like helps, because it's like, all right, if you have an arcade bar, it's great, but you're stuck going there and playing the games there or whatever. If there's a traveling version of that would be amazing.
I'm thinking you'd like Top Golf it, franchise it, major cities, you go that kind of route. But yeah, you could also put it in a truck, I guess.
Biscuit wants to know about Twitch and whether or not it has an impact on the viewership at all, either positive or negative. I think that's coming from the place of like us old guys, where it's like, I don't understand Twitch because I've tried and I'm like, I don't get it, man. I don't know how to grow on Twitch, so I just give up. So, but it feels like that's the like between YouTube and Twitch, that's the way to grow your viewership, right?
Yeah, those are pretty much the two you have to go, I would say. Facebook tries, but like it doesn't really work.
Facebook's terrible.
Yeah, personally I don't like Facebook. So yeah, it's Twitch and YouTube. If you can't figure out Twitch, I'm probably just gonna tell you just to like figure it out. Like
GG noob.
Make an account, type in the name. It's plastered over social media. You can find it, I promise.
Tim ain't got no time to hold hands. Figure out Twitch, you noob.
All right, and Tank has another question for you. He said, how big of a roster are you trying to put together for the Fear, and are injuries a factor to consider? Besides Boomer
Don't
hands.
joke. I was gonna say don't joke.
Yeah.
Early onset of carpal tunnel. You
So
sons of bitches.
yeah, carpal tunnel is like the bane of esport players. My buddy actually has carpal tunnel. He's only 21.
Oh my
God damn.
Yeah.
That's gonna cost him money.
He has to get surgery. Definitely, we keep trying to get him.
Holy
But
shit.
no, typically there are teams with subs, but typically you don't really go with it. Roster size depends on the game. So Rocket League's 3, League of Legends is 5, Counter-Strike is 5, Valorant is 5. Just depends on the game, and pretty much what you pick. You can pick subs, but it's just kind of an extra cost, and they're not always playing, and they might not have a social media following to really justify it. So it can be kind of difficult to justify substitutions. So.
Well, and you mentioned too that you guys are looking to have like kind of some amateurs that are in there as well. So you will have some type of bench to pull from if something were to happen to one of the guys on the roster, or girls, I should say.
So like a reserve squad, like a football club might have.
Mm-hmm.
Mookie, stop trying to bring everything back to soccer. Stop it. Tim, while Scott looks, we make everybody go through the gauntlet of questions. They're quick hitter questions, real fast. First thing that pops into your head. We got to know whether or not we like you and whether or not we want you back on the show. How we do that. But before we get to that, I'm going to give you the solo shot here. You're rocking that badass Cincinnati Fear hoodie, and I want everybody to know where they can find you guys, where they can follow you, how they can follow along with the newest franchise in Cincinnati sports.
Yeah, so we have Twitter, Twitch, both are at Cincy Fear with a Y, and in the Twitter we have a link tree with all our current links. One of the big things we're doing is a giveaway for a Secret Labs chair, so it's like a gaming chair like this. And you just have to put in your first name and email and your set. With that, we'll probably do a newsletter with that information. And there are multiple entries. So feel free to join that giveaway. That'd be great. It's on our Twitter as well. And then we have a Discord server where we post tournament updates, streaming updates, and just kind of what we're doing day to day. So I'd really appreciate, and there's our website at the bottom there. It's still work in progress. That'll be where our roster will be. And different information that we want to throw up there. So,
if I may, if we have recommendations, is there a finder's fee that we can take into account? If I'm like, hey, this guy's a pretty good gamer, maybe you should check him out, and then you sign him. Like, do I get that agent signing bonus fee type deal?
I'll buy you a beer. How about
your choice?
Your choice.
Just well.
One more beer than you had just a few minutes ago.
Also, back to the sponsorship thing, Mike. Remember, we have a shop that curates craft brewed sports T-shirts. So, if you need some merch, go ahead and sign on there and buy some stuff.
What?
Perfect plug.
Sell out. Buy some stuff.
Hey, we can give a shit away out here, man. We ain't no charity, all right? Like,
so if I know this is nothing to do with what we were talking about, but we sell shirts as well. So.
Hey, did you see Tim over there trying to plug his shit? Hey, why don't we plug ours?
Hey, at least I'm not plugging other podcasts, right? Like, shit.
Thank God for that.
In the family.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. All right, let's cue the scary music. Let's get Tim into the hot seat here.
Oh,
Tim, we're going to give you the solo shot. Now, we'll let you see reactions here. We'll do it this way because you should be able to see our reactions to you and and your terrible or potentially
God.
great answer.
Here we go.
Already writing them off, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
wait,
no, I just we got we'll see. I
Tim,
just have a bad feeling right now.
There's really only like 3 you got to nail. The other ones,
Bullshit.
they
This is
count,
right
but-
on
You got to nail all of them. That's all I'm saying. No
Go
pressure,
easy
but
on the
tons of
guy.
pressure.
God.
All right, Tim, you ready?
I'm ready.
All righty. Plain cake donuts, yay or nay?
Nay.
Good answer.
Starting
Good
off
answer.
good. Starting
All
off
right.
good.
All right, you're winning me back.
Backflips, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yes.
There
Okay.
you go. Come on, Tim.
Two for two, Tim.
two. Do you button your shirt from the top down or from the bottom up?
Bottom up.
That is the
You're
correct
nailing
answer.
this, Tim.
That is
You're
the correct
nailing
answer,
this.
Tim.
Staying in the same vein, do you zip your pants and then button, or do you button and then zip?
Zip, then button.
Oh man, it's 4 for 4 out here. He is
You were so
crushing it.
close. You were so close.
Crushing
You were
it.
nearly perfect.
Tim is crushing it. Shut your mouth. All right, hold on a second. I lost it because I was too busy.
You were running victory laps.
Accidentally, my boomerang accidentally minimized the window and lost it. Hold on a
Oh
second.
God, Scott tore an ACL in the second quarter field
Okay,
goal.
okay, all right.
Senior tour. If you
Senior tour, yeah.
We do laps, but we got to stretch. All right. Are IPAs just pumpkin spice lattes for white dudes?
Yes.
Good answer. That's
You're,
correct.
Tim, 5 for 5. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Tim.
That was one of the 3, Tim. That was one of
Okay.
the 3.
All right. All
You're
right.
on a roll, man. You're on a roll.
That
All
hurts.
right, all right. Let's
That
try to
hurts
get
too.
back. Let's try to bring her back here. All right, let's go back. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Nay.
Take that. I'll take that answer.
That's fine. I don't live or die by that one as much. Chicken wings, all drums or all flats?
Flats.
Correct
Good
answer.
answer. Good answer.
All right, Tim, be careful on this one. This
Okay.
is the contentious one here on the show. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Correct.
Correct answer. Correct answer,
Correct.
Tim. Tim, you're back, man. You're back.
All right.
All right. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
What about New Coke?
I don't know what that is.
always coming out with
Right answer.
Mookie's like, what about Crystal Pepsi?
Yeah, what about Crystal Pepsi?
All right, and our final 2 coming down the stretch here: Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Correct answer, Tim.
Good
I
answer.
love
Good
you,
answer.
Tim. All right, and the final one. This is the biggie: Topanga or Kelly Kapowski?
Topanga.
Tim,
There
my
is no-
man.
there is
Tim,
no
you
wrong
might
answer
be-
on that
yeah,
one.
Yeah, there is no wrong
Yeah.
answer. Tim, you
No.
might be the best at answering those questions we've ever had on the show.
Scott,
Correct.
you left one out
Did I?
about
I'm scared.
Eldrick.
Oh, I no, I deleted that one because we don't care anymore. That's
Oh,
we don't
dang.
care anymore if Tigers. win.
All right. Well, Tim, I guess since
Tim,
Scott is
you
happy,
killed it.
You've
You killed
earned
it.
this.
Yeah.
I
Cheers
am
to you,
not-
Tim.
I'm not necessarily on board. That hot dog sandwich question really hurt.
The only one you lost me on was the Die Hard.
The
Christmas
Die Hard-
movie,
that's-
but
That
it's
seemed to be
okay.
the wrong one. Yeah.
That's-
all right.
that was
that's-
that
a
was
big
the only slip up as far as that.
That's
was
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Otherwise, you nailed it. You killed it.
Tim, you're gonna hang out right for the rest of the show? And
Yeah, I can hang out. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
I don't know how much input I'll have.
Wait,
but
we
yeah.
had other
All right,
stuff than
okay,
this.
We got other crap.
Tim. It's surface level stuff, anyways. We
Okay,
know what we're
all right.
talking about. This is
Let's
all.
go.
Biscuit said you won me as a fan when you said no.
Hell
pineapple
yeah.
pizza. And then Robert Taylor said zip then button people are weird.
I'm
So-
weird. I don't care.
The
Whatever.
thing is you need a button to see if you can get your fat stomach in the pants. You can zip all day, it's still not get that button closed. So
The
why
zip
not
is
start
the
with the
confidence
button?
booster. The zip is the
Yeah,
confidence
it is. Not only that, do you realize it feels like every single time I do button, I forget to zip because I'm so used to zipping first. And then I go walking around, I'm like, there it is. I forgot my fly.
Okay, this is the first time you've ever explained it this way, and now I actually I
Yes.
see your side of things. Why you would zip first, then
Yes,
button, because then you
that's
know
the
that
sole
you
reason.
zip.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not as against you on this
I
one.
can't believe that that's never come out until now. Like
No,
that's
you
that's
literally just said that for the first
No,
time.
I know,
in
and
the
I can't
history of
believe
asking
that
this
I've never
question.
brought that up before. Like that's
It's the
sole
most
reason.
coherent argument for it. You're just like, you're weird. You button the zip.
Yeah, you're right. I never did give it an actual reason. I did just like what are you freaks?
All right, let's talk some football. Tim, you like that drop?
That was good. That was
probably
good.
like that one, right?
Wait, is there a Tecmo Bowl league? There's got to be, right?
You could probably do, there's probably something out there.
No, because I
singles
tried to
circuit.
say Madden 2005, and you said I got to go all the way up to 22.
Yeah, that
was
better
different.
not be
That
Tecmo.
was
Scott-
so retro that it might be like a thing.
No. They're releasing the Tecmo Bowl game with modern rosters, though. Like, there's active development for Tecmo Bowl. Real question. Did you guys
Is Ryan
remember?
Tannehill-
Clearly not. Like, moving on. God damn it.
Is Ryan Tannehill?
Okay, wait, hang on. Let's do this. Sip, chug, drain, pour. Senior League eSports, eSports League, Tecmo Bowl, Mike Tyson's Punchout, or give me a third one to add into this one because
GoldenEye? No, that's too easy.
Are you doing sports? Are you sticking
Wayne
with the
Gretzky's
sports
hockey?
oh yes, NHL 94.
Yeah.
NHL 94.
Oh, I was an
Mike
NHL
Tyson's
95 or
Punch-Out.
96 guy, but okay.
97
I mean, that's
is the
fine.
best,
but
okay.
94 was pretty badass because that's when you can make Wayne Gretzky's head bleed.
It was also in Swingers.
It was, yes. So NHL 94, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or what did I say? Tecmo Bowl, sip, chug, drain, pour. Tim, that's our version of Marry, Fuck, Kill. So you gotta sip is Marry, bang is chug, and then kill is drain, pour. Scott, sip, chug, drain, pour.
I don't like doing this, but I'm going to drain pour NHL 94.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What?
It's a tough call, but it's something about playing Tyson. Like I'm going to chug Punch Out because that game used to piss me off something fierce. But I always kept getting drawn back to it. And then I am going to go on ahead and sip softly on the last one.
On the last one.
I was like, hold on a second. Wait a minute. What was the other one?
Bowl.
Yes,
Going back
Tecmo
to
Bowl.
that senior
Tecmo
league, I
Bowl
feel like
was
Scott is
insane.
really proving his credentials for it tonight, guys. Like, he's making a hard look. I don't want to tell you how to do your job, Tim, but if I've ever seen a candidate that doesn't even need an interview, it's Scott for the senior tour.
This is the interview.
This is the interview right here. You're getting it all.
I would go. All right, so I would sip on Tecmo Bowl. I would chug on NHL 94, and I would drain, pour, punch out. And the only reason why is that's the only non-2-player game that I listed, and it doesn't make sense for an esports league to have a non-2-player game playing. So you got to drain for that one just on logistics purposes.
Have you heard of speed running?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Like-
speed
like
runs
as a
are
game?
insane.
Okay.
No,
So speed running,
Oh.
there can be a speed run of any
it's like
game.
it's a category.
Yeah.
You can speed run the game. People can play Mike Tyson's Punch Out blindfolded
What?
It's
and
insane.
beat the game. Yeah.
Just based on the sounds.
just based on the sounds and timings.
That's unreal.
See,
Yeah.
and that goes back to what we were talking about pre-show, where the games back in our day when we were growing up were so much easier because the algorithms were so much simpler. The shit that we have to play now, Scott, the skill you show when you hit a home run in the show today compared to what we had to do back in the Super NES days, like we as gamers ourselves have matured. So no matter
It's-
what any of
It's
these
funny
other
that you
young
should say
punks
that
have to
because
say,
I just finished my
We put in work.
162 game season today, and I finished the season with 324 team home runs. So my skills are still intact. I led the league by
see what I'm
80
saying?
home
Yeah.
runs.
And see how much more the elevated level at which you're competing now in that, like, and also was your guy by any chance named Dinger, last name Slinger?
Yeah, well, I mean, this was just my Braves franchise one year. This is just as a team, I had 324 home runs.
All right, let's get the
lot,
professional
man?
opinion here. Tim, sip, chug, drain, pour as an esports league. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Tecmo Bowl, or NHL 94.
So I have to sip Mike Tyson's Punch Out because of the speed running.
Okay.
I really enjoy that. Chug NHL 94. and drainpour your Tech Mobile.
Damn, that's
Dude,
harsh, man. Why?
no,
are you
here's the
going
thing.
Tecmo Bowl?
Because his
I've
first
never-
system ever was
No,
Nintendo
'cause it's-
64. That's
Because it's a shit game. That's why.
no,
Tecmo
get the fuck out of here.
It belongs to the drain. That game is so random and frustrating. It's worse than Rocket League. I could not figure.
Here it is. He's proving why he doesn't like it because he sucks at it. There's a ton of
Yeah,
games that I
100%.
don't
I will
like, but I
100%
suck
admit
at it.
that. But again, as a guy who played multiple seasons of Tecmo Bowl in my office back.
Fire it up, baby. This is a hot ass take, Mookie.
Oh, my bad.
A
I get
hot
it now.
take. Fire it up.
I've played multiple seasons where me and the guys in the office, I used to work at a gaming company, and we would play legit seasons of Tecmo Bowl during the football season. So what we would do is we would do a draft during NFL preseason where we would determine the draft order either based on your finishing the year before, or if you're a new employee, we'd figure out a way to work you in. You drafted the teams, but they were with the old ass fucking rosters when we first started the league because they hadn't relaunched the game. And you had to draft a team and then played a 16-game season to try to win the Tecmo Bowl championship. We'll just say that HR at that place was extremely lax and loose based on the stuff that went on. The only 2 times I almost ever got fired after breaking serious important software multiple times was when I broke shit and cussed my brains out in my office because of Tecmo Bowl. And it's seemingly nonsensical decisions when you meet someone in the hole and you're Bo Jackson and you're trying to get tackled by Mike's smaller cousin and somehow you lose 2 yards every time. It is infuriating and a terrible, terrible game.
It's a hot take, Mookie, but Tank is correct in saying Mookie is high as an elephant's tusks with that Tecmo Bowl hot take. Because it's a hot take, but it is a wrong take.
Tecmo Bowl is terrible. There is no skill involved. You might as well go play slots.
That's what people. Again, this is what people say when they need to GG.
But again, Scott,
Biscuit is chugging Tecmo Bowl, sipping Tyson, and drain pouring NHL 94.
That's the correct answer.
That is completely wrong.
That's the one I
wrong.
like.
That's Mookie. I can't believe you just said Tecmo Bowl is a terrible
It's
game.
so bad. 5 years, Mike. 5
Okay,
fucking years, and my win percentage was like 200.
That's
and there
a
were even
you
years
problem.
that
That's a you
it's
problem.
not a fucking you
You're
problem.
bad.
I would execute the same game plan as the previous year's champion with the same team and completely upside down.
Oh, I can't figure
That's a
this
large-
out. I'm doing the same
That's a
thing.
large sample size. I'm just saying.
I was
Exactly.
gonna say 5 years.
5 years, dude.
Dude, you suck.
5 years.
Yeah, the writing was no longer on the wall. It was just there,
Really?
crystal
That
clear.
bad
You
at
sucked.
Tecmo Bowl. It's not that.
Because
Dude,
there's
you
no
could
logic to it.
You could randomly pick the opponent's play and you stuff them like
You know, and here's the funny
that's
part. You
half
say
the
that like I
battle.
didn't try that as a fucking strategy one year, and it worked out no better than the other
Oh, you're
season.
just bad. All right, football talk. You guys excited for the NFL draft?
Nope. Real quick, more football talk. So while we're talking about office playing football shenanigans, the only time I ever experienced any video games that work like that, we did, and this would have been senior year of high school. So I guess it would have been Madden 04 probably. Well, anyway, I think Torrey Holt was on the cover. We drafted our teams. There was 4 of us, and it was me and my manager who were the best. So we made it to the finals, and I played him, and I had Torrey Holt, and I kept running one of the same plays that he couldn't stop, but I couldn't stop him. I won off of running the same play. And the only time I ever saw my boss do something that he probably had no business doing was as soon as I beat him, he threw the controller, kicked over some of the inventory boxes, and was like, God damn, fuck this shit. He was so pissed. It was one of those, like, I'm sitting there trying not to laugh, like, holy fuck, am I going to get fired because I just beat my boss in Madden? Oh, well, I also love
Worth
this
it.
moment.
Could you
Dude, how
imagine that
much rage-
HR lawsuit? Whew.
How much rage have you seen at like tournaments? Do guys rage out when they lose in a tournament, or are they more calm and composed after a big loss?
So the biggest rage is I've seen. So I also play like kind of on the side Super Smash Brothers Melee. It's the GameCube version.
Yeah.
All right.
Shake it.
There's been a couple controllers thrown into the ground repeatedly if you beat someone. Typically at like really organized tournaments, it's very kind of like, okay, handshake, polite. But like at the very like grassroots, you're playing in some arcade back room, like that's where.
Man, you want to talk about grassroots? Just let's go back in time to just me and Mike Kaiser playing growing up. And we just had this conversation about it the other day. It's like, man, it was fine to throw and smash controllers when they were $20 a piece. But now that they're 80, it's cost prohibitive to break these controllers. I find myself really something else.
Yep. Yeah, like now, to play Melee, you need a GameCube controller. And like those run you like $70, $80 per.
Yeah.
Like this, like I got one right here. Like this one's like $90.
Yeah, you're not throwing that one down.
This one's okay.
What I don't understand is why aren't the gaming companies still manufacturing some of these older games that aren't archaic? Like the GameCube doesn't strike me as that old that they couldn't bring it back manufacturing wise and just do smaller runs to keep the price that high, but at least let us get some more of the inventory. You know what I mean? Like
I would love that for sure. But Nintendo's been like known for just not being supportive in like any of their games for the eSports
past.
Basically being a bag of dicks, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like a better word.
I don't know the commenter. I don't know this gamer tag, but he said should watch some Call of Duty tournament shit talk.
I believe that.
Those are fantastic, dude. Fantastic.
I feel like that's got to be just a YouTube rabbit hole I can go down of just.
I feel like that's a league in of itself. Like you can be a really good esports gamer, but it's another realm to be a good shit talker while playing the game.
Yep.
Can people put that on their resume for you, Tim? Like, listen, I might not have the best record, but
I talk a mean bag of shit.
I want to talk role player. Yeah.
What was the in the Jordan documentary? What was it? It was like, I respect someone who can talk shit when it's 0-0. Like, hell yeah.
Or
Absolutely.
hey, you're a big hockey guy. Every team needs a goon.
Every
guy who's not very good, and he just sits there and demoralizes the other team by talking shit.
True.
God's angling for the third chair to just be like, listen, I'm gonna die immediately, but I'm gonna do so much shit. It's gonna be great.
I'll run around and make them expose their position so y'all can swoop in, and then I'll just give them an earful so they can't concentrate.
My kill to death ratio ain't shit, but I got in their heads. I got in their fucking heads all game, baby.
Yo, I'm living rent free all over the motherfucking place. Like,
Biscuit wants to know, Tim, what do you think the best old school game system is? And then let's break it down. So let's go from Atari to N64. We'll call old school. Tim's like pass.
You already know it's N64.
Okay, so N64 you would consider old school still, Tim, right?
I would, yes.
That's the first one he had, so of course.
Well, and N64 is, I would say that's old enough for us too. Like,
I was gonna say that's
like
old school for us.
9 or 10 when that one came out. So
that's
for sure.
I would say that's
like all kinds of games, like just not just eSport titles or anything, but just like any kind of game on the system. So like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, Super Smash Brothers, the first one, Zelda. N64 had it. Yeah.
64 was legit. Okay, so then from what would you say would be the next mid-tier after 64? I don't even know.
I'd say like GameCube, Wii, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360.
All right, so you're putting 360 in the mid-tier and not so much the new tier. Mookie's laughing. Why are you laughing, Mookie?
You gotta put a Biscuits comment.
Oh, I see. I play games like Barry Horowitz, but talk shit like Rick.
That's fantastic.
Rick, the wrestler guy? Am I wrong here?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Rick was the wrestler. And he talked mad shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he still talks mad shit.
He's old.
All right. So mid-tier.
Yeah, he's got all the boomer hands.
I love that. You can use that. That's not.
I am. I'm going to use
Don't worry.
that.
I'll be using them later, man.
I was just gonna say every time I do something now, I'm like these fucking boomer hands.
All right, mid-tier system. What's the best one you got?
I gotta say 360. Xbox
Okay.
360.
Ooh.
I'd say that or GameCube. I played a lot of GameCube, but 360 had Halo, and Xbox had Halo.
That's true.
So like that was the game.
Yeah.
In high school and then into college.
Okay, and then the best of the new age systems.
So for me, I'm gonna be like a cop out answer and say PC.
I knew he was going there.
I knew it. That's the sign of a professional damn gamer right there.
It is. The PC gamers are the
like,
ones that
I can play anything the PlayStation or the new Xbox has on this thing. So
Right.
Tank went with SNES, PS2, and PS5. I do love some Super Nintendo. That was they had some great games.
Super Nintendo is still GOAT, man.
Dude, I loved my Genesis though. Like that was the first thing
I loved
got.
my
I
Genesis.
loved my
Well,
Sega.
here's the funny part. I never even owned a Super Nintendo, but everybody I knew did. So it felt like I did. But I had a Sega Genesis, and I mean, I loved it too.
Oh yeah.
It just Super Nintendo had that catalog that you just couldn't get. Like the original Nintendo's own catalog is just so unique because you can't find it anywhere else, that they always are going to suck you in with the games that they make.
Super Nintendo had Ken Griffey Jr. baseball, and that's all it needed for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Junior.
Wait, Mike. If we're gonna talk baseball real quick, you wanna?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, hang on.
Oh,
we got
Tim's
sorry. I'm just
favorite
looking at the clock. Like clock's ticking. I don't want to.
We're fine.
I don't want him to miss out on his favorite. That's all.
yeah.
All right. X says I would go N64, Xbox, and Switch if I had to choose only consoles. There's another professional gamer right there. Just like, but really, it's PC. That's where the real game is done.
All right.
For you
real
noobs
question
with your consoles.
Real question here, and it's a two-parter, Tim.
Okay.
Real question.
Uh-oh, a real question with two parts.
Two parts. Part one. If you feel comfortable sharing, what does your professional gaming rig cost and what are its specs? And part two, how often are you at Micro Center?
So I built this pre-COVID, which is important.
It's very true. Yes, that's a very clear distinction.
It cost me probably $1,600.
Oh, solid.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
It's hand built, so it's like it wasn't a pre-built, so picked up 2070. So it doesn't have the 3060, the hot one right now. I think it's an i5, but it's like the very last i5 processor.
The last good one.
Yeah. But if this was post-COVID, it'd probably be around $2,500.
Oh, easy.
All the prices just
hands down.
Boom.
That's if you could even find the parts.
If you can find the parts. And then Micro Center, love Micro Center.
Oh my God, right.
We have one in Cincinnati, which I'm super happy about.
Seriously, is Tim a co-ed to you? Like, calm down.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, like I'm feeling the same kind of emotions. My heart rate's picking up a little bit. Like,
Micro Center is sexier than co-eds. He's like, oh, Micro Center.
Because I have a shot with Micro Center.
I had a trip to Las Vegas, and I didn't have a laptop. And I went to Micro Center specifically to find a good laptop, so I'd have a laptop in Vegas. I still needed my computer when I was in Vegas.
Yup. Oh, hell yeah, you do. Are you kidding me, man? Like, you can't get rusty. Like, it's the happiest
Jared said he's never seen you this focused before. you are zoned in tonight, my man.
Look, I'm looking over here at like my workbench and the amount of just shit I have hardware wise laying around. This is my happy place.
All right, let's nobody cares about the NFL draft. Let's talk baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh shit.
That was for you, Tim. There's not much going on in baseball this week. The Yankees letter came out that was just like
it was a nothing burger. I was so disappointed.
What?
They fought to have this letter sealed, and they were like, "No, we can't release it." And then they released it, and it was just like, "Oh yeah, you cheated when everybody knew you cheated," and that was it. That was basically the end of the letter. It was really ridiculous, all hype. Lame. But there was one story that came out, and this was the craziest thing I've ever seen in baseball history. There was a college team, Kansas Wesleyan, who was playing Bethany College, I believe. and they found paint thinner in their water coolers. Like they opened up the water coolers and realized somebody had put paint thinner in. This is the second half of a doubleheader, and they're playing at Bethany College, and the home teams supply the water for the visiting teams because obviously you're not going to come with your own water coolers on a road trip.
Well, you might come with your own coolers, but not your own fucking water.
Right. So like they give it to the home team to fill up. So they fill it up and they notice that there is paint thinner. It is now an investigation. It's been open. Police have been involved in this. The athletic director of Bethany is looking into it. The best part about the story, though, was Kansas Wesleyan ended up going on to defeat Bethany in that game. And I got to look it up to make sure I have the right score. There it is. 33-2. They whooped that ass after finding paint thinner in their water. And the best part, what nobody's talking about with this story, this is the second part of a college doubleheader. That's 7 innings, fellas. They scored 33 runs in 7 innings.
Man.
It wasn't even a full 9.
Oh my
I love this story. I'm an instant Kansas Wesleyan fan after that one.
Yeah, I gotta apologize to Xavier men's baseball, but you got some competition, man. You gotta show me something here.
You gotta stop calling it Xavier men's baseball. It's going to irritate the fuck out of me, damn it! You son of a bitch!
But it's kind of just flows off the tongue.
Xavier men's baseball. What's that Xavier men's baseball team record right now, Mookie? How they looking?
They're turning around. They've grinded out some tough conference series.
Turning it around all season.
Yeah. Is Xavier's been baseball? Is that where you went?
Yeah, we're all Xavier guys.
That's why I was cursing
no.
for not having an eSports.
Bill Castellini told you to go somewhere else. Is that where are we now?
Yeah.
Is that where we went?
Yeah, we went to Xavier baseball.
Clear out. Tim earned it. That was well done, Tim. That hurt. It was well done.
Hold on, I'm gonna get the record for you though. And wow,
Thanks.
that was by the way, Bucks up 93-68 on the Bulls. Thank God.
Oh, you want to talk basketball real quick? Okay,
Yeah.
we can talk to basketball.
Boom shakalaka!
NBA Jam. That would have been a good
How-
one.
How did we not?
That would have been
that
a
up?
good
Wait,
one. Jam.
hold on a second.
Yep.
That reminded me. My favorite story from this week was LeBron coming out and saying, "Man, this shit sucks. I don't want this to ever happen again." About not making the playoffs after initially not making the playoffs and saying, "I don't care. I get to go home and spend time with my family." So 2 days ago, he didn't give a shit. He got to spend time with his family. 2 days later, he's like, "Man, fucking this family sucks, man. I wish I was playing in the playoffs, man. Like, I miss it."
Remember how hyped I was for Taco Tuesday? Not as much anymore. Get me back on the floor. Where's AD? Come on.
Like, I ain't about this not playing basketball in May to June. Like,
And the Nets got swept. KD and Kyrie
I
are sitting
love
at
it so
home.
much.
KD immediately jumped on Twitter, not on a burner account, to talk shit. He called himself a god, which was super weird thing to do after being swept out of the playoffs in the first round.
No, hold on. Him saying that, is Kevin Durant the NBA's version of Kanye West? Like, I miss old Kevin Durant, who wasn't crazy, who didn't do all the shit that makes you just like cringe. Like, he's the NBA version of Kanye. Like, for real.
Wait, are you saying
like,
Kevin
remember-
or Kyrie is?
No,
Kevin.
Kevin Durant. Because remember, we all loved, I don't give a damn about no Drake night. We used to vibe and love Kevin Durant. And ever since like those days, it's all been downhill. It's been finger pointing and blaming, calling yourself a god for losing. Like, what the fuck is Kevin Durant doing?
That's fair. That I can buy. I never liked Kyrie, and I've just grown to hate him even more. Like, who would have thought coming out of this season, everyone would be like, "Wow, James Harden made the right move for his career."
James Harden. I feel like James Harden is just the tainted cesspool, and this is just what's left behind after he left.
I don't know, man.
He ruined KD and Kyrie in the same
or-
season.
Or he got there, realized Kyrie was going to ruin everybody around them, and got the fuck out.
That's a fair point. I did like Kyrie whining, saying, "Well, we haven't had time to gel." Bro, that's your fault. You could have gotten vaccinated, and you would have had time
the
to
entire year not gelling.
it's your fault you didn't gel. You like, oh my god.
Well,
We didn't
and
gel.
I
That's
love that
crazy.
people are giving Steve Nash shit too for not like standing up for his players and being more of an actual like coach and being too much of a player's coach. And no one's really picked up on the low key shade that he threw at Kyrie, where he goes, "Well, I get it for these guys. Like Kyrie has been fasting, Hakeem did it, whatever. But Kevin's really worn out and came back from injury because he had to carry us to get to this point, aka because Kyrie's bitch ass wasn't around. Kevin had to put in 48 minutes a night for the last 4 months just to get us here.
The
And no one's picking up on that. No one's.
Fasting excuse doesn't work when Jaylen Brown also was fasting.
But that's
and
my point,
broke the
right?
Shit
Like,
out of the nets.
but no one's calling out and pointing to Steve Nash actually being a good coach and calling out Kyrie for basically putting it all in KD and then showing up for the playoffs and still being like, well, but my belly, I'm really hungry, guys. My belly's empty.
My man slept in the guest room every night and wonders why his wife cucked him. Like, what? Get the fuck out of here, Kyrie.
Tank said NBA Jam, hidden characters, big head mode, classic tagline.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You remember playing as Bill Clinton in NBA Jam?
Hell yeah, I remember playing as Bill Clinton.
What a time to be alive. When
What
you
a
can play as
time
Bill
to be
Clinton.
alive.
All right, let me throw
Me and
one
Mookie
last.
still got to throw down on that
It's
shit.
true.
We still
Yes,
never
yeah.
played our one-on-one in NBA
Yes,
Jam.
we need
See,
to-
that's
You know
how
what?
we're gonna get
Actually,
the Boomer
Scott.
Circuit started. This
Scott,
is the kickoff of the Boomer.
We could. I think we could go downtown and hit up that arcade bar downtown that should pay us money to talk about them because I think they've got it there and we could just throw it down right there in front of the people.
Nah, I'm gonna go with that.
That doesn't
traveling
exist
version.
anymore.
I'm gonna go with that traveling version. I'm
Doesn't exist anymore.
gonna go with my man.
Oh,
I'm
doesn't
gonna
it
go with
close?
my man.
Oh, well,
I'm gonna go with my man.
It
Tim's
might-
idea
it
with
might
the
still be
traveling
it.
version.
The what was it, 18-bit? I think it was called.
Oh, you mean 16-bit?
16-bit.
That's what I was talking. I was talking about 16-bit
close.
was.
That's close.
16-bit close. Damn it! See, now that sucks because I wish I would have known because I bet
like,
you
I
could have gotten
gave
a
you
lot of
old
those
fuckers.
games on like massive
I
discount. when they were
know
trying to
some of
clear
them
out.
went to Pins because that's like their
Dude,
other
Pins
bar.
is solid.
I love
though. That's
big
a fun
fan of
thing.
Pins. Big
I
fan.
gave you fuckers 2 more bits because I didn't even give a shit that it was 16 back then. You old bastards. 18. Who gives a fuck? Here's
Hey,
2 more
no.
bits to
I
throw you a bone.
I can't let that slide for my man that knows about Micro Center because we all
That's
know it's
fair.
powers of 2, 18. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
Xavier Ben's baseball, 21-21, 5-4 in conference play. So you want to talk about turning it around now, Michael?
Playing a game of whack fuck here. Whack.
Wait, that was really good too. That was a little
Phil petition to go join the Saudi tour, so that's going to be something to look forward to. as this unravels.
Really?
Yeah, Phil officially was like, "Listen, I'm going to go play in the Saudi tour. Can I have my release to go play?" So the PGA is now in their hands to release him or not. Also, look for Tiger playing in the Open coming up here soon. So we're going to have some golf news coming up. Also, everything else news: Mark Emmert done in the NCAA, but he is going to have a victory tour though. He gets 1 more year. It's June of next year that he's retiring.
Unless
So
they
of
hire
course-
somebody sooner.
Of course, Mark Emmert would be like, "I'm retiring next year. 1 more year of me, fuckers."
Yeah,
Double
he's going-
middle
he's going with-
fingers.
He's going with the Jeter.
You know who did it right though, Mike, and we might hit that basketball drop.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about the Nova legend that's walking away and opening the door for our boy Archie.
We talked about it last
We
week.
did talk about
Anyway, moving on.
Dude, it like just happened. What do you mean?
It happened during the show last week. Moving on.
Tank said Arcade
Fuck,
Legacy Bar Edition is killer in Northside, so maybe we got to check that.
That's a good plug. I hard agree with that.
Oh wait, is that
It's a good
it's like
bar.
a small joint. There's not a ton of space, but they got the bathrooms that have like all the old school comics on the wall.
I think so. I went there when they first opened. They actually had consoles there, which I was really excited about.
Oh, that's a
'Cause-
good.
Oh,
The
yeah,
PC
yeah,
gamer was
replace it.
excited
Yeah.
to experience the
Well,
Stone
you know, like the
Stone Age
16-bit
that
had
we live in. He's like,
They
look
had
at
all
what
the
these losers
arcades.
used to use.
Look at these non-configurable components.
All right,
You
we're
off the factory line, did you?
we're running short on time. Real quick, Scott, what were you drinking? Would you bang it?
I was drinking Party on Darth, a black IPA. I'd fuck the shit out of it. It's good beer.
Mookie, what were you drinking? Would you bang it?
Killer Boots from Verboten Brewing. I would, but I deny it to all my friends the next day.
Tim had a cider. Tim, what cider were you drinking? Would you bang it?
cider guys, Zappies, and I'm gonna be brand friendly and say I'll take it out for the night. Yeah.
There you go. That's a company man right there. I was drinking Moped from New Image Brewing, and yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, who am I? I'm not going to shoot.
Buy a nice steak dinner and definitely call her again.
And I would ask for her father's permission first.
Listen, Tim, thank you so much for hanging out with us
Dude,
tonight.
thank
man. That was
you.
absolutely fantastic.
Loved the interview.
Give the people the plugs one more time, where they can find Cincy Fear, where they can check you guys out.
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch at Cincy Fear. Our website, fearcincinnati.com. And then, like I said earlier, all our socials have a link for a giveaway. Please, hop in there so you get a chance to win a nice Secret Labs gaming chair. They're really nice. So, but
and
yeah, thanks. Yeah,
it's Cincy Fear with a Y, right? Too,
correct.
For the audio,
Cincy Fear
folks.
with a Y. Yep. That's the correct way to spell it. I'll die on that hill.
Hell yeah, man. That's
Everybody but Mike gonna find Joel on Twitter.
Listen, Tim, thanks so much, man. Best of luck to the Fear. I'm looking forward to seeing updates and seeing that roster fill out, and hopefully see you guys start crushing it here soon. Also, we'll talk about that podcast stuff. We'll have a little.
We'll talk about the senior circuit while we're at it too. You guys think it's been a joke this whole episode?
Thanks,
People like
Tim.
Granny Pickup and Sticks.
Go check them out at Cincy Fear. Also, be sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Craft B Sports. Like the show on Facebook. Subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe, rate, review wherever you get your podcasts. Shout out bellyupsports.com. Hit them up. Tons of great content. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
We out.
Yeah.
Let's go, City.